You know, it's funny. This reminds me of a joke. See, there were two guys locked in a lunatic asylum. And one night they decided they didn't like that anymore. They decided to escape. So they made it up to the roof, and there, just across this narrow gap, they see rooftops stretching across town, stretching to freedom. Now, the first guy, he jumps right across, no problem. But his friend, oh, no way. He's afraid of falling. So the first guy, he has an idea. He says, hey, I got this flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings, and you can walk across the beam and join me. But the second guy says, what do you think I am, crazy? You just turn it off when I'm halfway across. Oh, excuse me.
Prepare! Anderson, stop it! Do you know what that thing will do to you? You'll become one of God's monsters. Maintain your humanity. Don't succumb to power. Either side, it amounts to the same deal. Whether in the name of the divine or demonic, you're still a monster in the end. Do you intend to use that scrap of miracle to become nothing but a scrap of miracle yourself? This duel between us, would you really push it this far? Into the realms that lie beyond mortal life? Don't do it, human. Don't become a monster. A monster like me. A monster such as myself. A creature of such weakness that I could not bear the weight of a human life. If I am to be defeated, it must be by a human. You and I are the same! You are me. I was just the same. Don't you understand? This is how I became what I am.
Demons do not cry. Are these the tears of a long-dead child? Demons do not cry. You became a demon because you couldn't cry anymore, right? Humans cry. And when their tears finally run dry, there's nothing left but a demon or a monster and one final prayer for death. So laugh, demon. Laugh that arrogant laugh of yours and remember, I beat you to it. So how long will it be then? How long before you're no longer cursed to walk the earth?
Until the weight of my past is shattered by my oncoming future. It shouldn't be too long, my nemesis. I'll see you in hell.
I understand why Izanagi and Izanami became forbidden jutsu. And I also see how one must learn from the past, accept one's fate, and then find a way to move on afterward. But why? Why'd you even bother casting this jutsu on Kabuto? If he could still escape, then...
He reminds me of the old me. He thinks by getting everything, he can accomplish whatever he wants to. And he makes himself believe that he can't fail, even if that really amounts to lying to himself. I stopped listening to what anyone else said, and I stopped letting myself trust anybody. In his case, Kabuto is so deluded that he thinks all of these powers are his and his alone. I understand him too well. Both of us were used by the shinobi world. He can't forgive himself or accept himself for what he truly is. It's clear that what he's doing is wrong, but he's not completely to blame for not realizing that. My chance has passed me by, but he can still forgive himself.
But why, big brother? Why would you feel you needed to help him do that? He is not like you. No, you were perfect.
Sasuke. You know, I was going to control you. I planned to use the visual jutsu Koto Matsukami. I thought you needed my protection. I was unable to trust your strength. It may be that a perfect being does not exist at all in the whole world. Sometimes two people who appear to be complete opposites are actually two sides of the same coin and can only succeed when they work together. Like the Izanagi and Izanami. Look at me and find in yourself what I couldn't find in me. However, do not ever say that I was perfect. First off, I should have acknowledged and appreciated myself for the person I was. If I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you. If you lie to yourself, how can you have friends or be trustworthy? In the end, all these lies will keep you from seeing your true self.
You will fight knowing that you cannot win? Are you fighting me for all of humanity? If so, then you should know that my actions are entirely for their benefit. For example, in human society, lands are split by borders marking their territory. On the right side of the border, children may starve to death, while on the left, idle dregs who do nothing have everything they need. It's absolute madness. I shall crush that madness and create a fair world where the concept of inequality will be completely forgotten for all time. I don't deny that I'll start by using power and terror to accomplish my objective, but only when absolutely necessary and only to bring about order. You see, I have learned what true power is meant to be used for. To protect the weak who deserve to live. That is its purpose. Power shouldn't be used to torment the defeated.
Once you become a demon, no one can ever turn back.
There's a way, and I'll find it no matter what it takes. So please let her live. I'll hunt down the one who slaughtered my family. I promise I'll make everything right. Please, just let her go. Please don't do this! Don't take anyone else away from me. I'm begging you. Please, don't kill my little sister. Don't grovel like that and give your enemies the chance to kill you! All you're doing is making yourself vulnerable! If it were even a little bit effective, your family would still be alive right now! How can a weakling like you have any hope of finding a way to heal his sister? Or hunt down a demon? Don't be ridiculous! The weak have no rights. They don't get to make choices. All they can do is be relentlessly crushed by the strong! Now maybe the demons know of a way to cure your sister. Maybe! But don't think for even a moment that any one of them is going to respect your wishes. Just like I have no respect for you. That's reality.
Don't cry. Don't succumb to sorrow. This isn't the time to despair. I know you're devastated right now. Your family massacred. Your sister a demon. I know it hurts. I know you want to scream. I understand. If only I'd gotten here half a day sooner, maybe then your family would still be alive. However, there's no way to turn back time. So feel it. Feel the pure rage of being unable to forgive. Let it be what gives you the strength to take action. With that fragile resolve of yours, you can't protect your sister or heal her, and you'll never get revenge for what happened to your family.
You heroes. In order to save strangers you don't know, you hurt those who love you. Pointless? I have a mission. Always have. Your kind is always the same. Every generation. You pretend you don't see those you can't protect, and cover up the pain you cause, always thinking of yourselves as righteous. This world has grown so rotten it's infested with maggots. It happened little by little, but your mistakes added up. The coddled trash got used to being protected, while you took advantage of these so-called victims for your own profit. Everything that I've ever known, everything in this world you built rejected me. But not now. I'm the one who's rejecting you. That is why I destroy. That is why I keep gaining power. Simple, isn't it? And yet, you just don't understand. The fact that you don't get it is why we have heroes and villains.
My goal is simple, but shapeless. It is honest and straightforward, but it slips through one's fingers so easily. In short, there is only one thing that I am searching for. Happiness.
That can't be all.
In the end, is that not the prize that all creatures yearn for? Living and undead.
And to achieve that, you would rob others of their happiness.
Is that such a surprise? My only purpose is to bring prosperity to those I treasure. If I can do that, why should I care what happens to anyone else? If your people could only achieve happiness by making the people of another country suffer, what would you do? Would you tell your subjects to give up on their own joy?
But do you truly believe that this is the only way to achieve your goal, with so much strength and intelligence at your disposal?
There may be other ways. But they say that the goddess of opportunity has hair on her forehead, but is bald from behind. In other words, when you see a chance, you must seize it immediately, lest it pass you by.
It's quite the strange goddess.
No, I only meant it as a turn of phrase, not an object of worship. But the point is, I will not take chances. If I can destroy you to better protect my loved ones, then I shall. Thus is war. Does that answer satisfy you?
If I may be permitted to give my opinion once more. Generals Zetor and Rudersdorf are logical pragmatists, highly skilled in political and military matters, no doubt about that. They make for great soldiers. In fact, the same could be said for you as well. Our strategic HQ is truly a bastion of logic, a fortress of knowledge. You could even call it a think tank. It's because of this that you've all come to believe the war is at its end, because it's the only rational conclusion given the circumstances. But, you see, that sort of thinking ignores one critical component of war.
And that would be what? Indulge me.
Our chief strategists are far too rational. In a way, it makes them blind to the real world. And thus, they've completely overlooked something crucial. Rationalism and pragmatism are not the only things that drive human actions. At our cores, we are all still foolish creatures.
You're suggesting that humans are merely beasts? That we're still slaves to our baser instincts without care for logic?
I hate to be the one who has to tell you this, Lieutenant Colonel, but what you just said is exactly right.
Preposterous. What evidence do you have?
Knowledge of history. Though I guess I really mean my own history. My own personal experiences and memories.
Explain how you know, then.
I have seen hatred personified. It burned in the eyes of a man promising retribution no matter what the cost. I have seen the moment when a talented soldier lost all reason and gave himself over to anger. I have witnessed countless acts of vengeance. They were driven by fury. And so I realized something during this war. No, perhaps it would be more appropriate to say I remembered something that I'd forgotten. That I have personally experienced the irrationalism of humanity. I know what happens when emotions make someone unreasonable. No matter how much we believe we've modernized, no matter what social constructions we pledge to live by, humans continue to be foolish creatures. We think we're so advanced, but when pushed, we still prioritize emotion over logic. When a human being's overcome with hatred, they'll keep fighting without concern for self-interest or reason, regardless of what they might stand to gain or lose.
Without a doubt, the determining factor in that game was luck. Doesn't matter if it was on your side, though. If you stood by doing nothing, the opportunity was wasted. What else were you expecting? You must hone your mind to respond to those coincidences. Otherwise, the opportunity will vanish before you know how to react. Learn to seize that chance by improving yourselves. So when it comes around, you can figure out where it might fall and be there waiting for it. You know what they say about the goddess of fortune? She only smiles down on those who favor her. Sakura is overflowing with luck and coincidences. Are you going to learn how to spot them, or cry when you overlook the signs in front of you? You'll always be second-rate if you don't know how to harness chance. Once you've done all you can, hold your head up high. Accept the outcome of coincidences and etch them into your mind. Give everything you have in a fight. That's the only way luck will find you.
Right. It isn't, huh? It got so confusing for me. I knew I had more fun before I was in charge, but now I see that I was happy then because they were too. I never realized how good I had it. I thought reaching the top would bring even more fun my way. It sucks. Wish I could have seen what I had.
We all like breathing, but I don't hear anyone say, "Thanks a million, oxygen!" That would be bizarre. It's our nature. Whenever something's right there in front of us, we tend to take it for granted until suddenly it goes away. Glad you caught it before it was too late. You got lucky. Thank goodness.
Is it cool if I ask you one more thing? If you knew that you were already happy, why'd you want to become top guy?
If I can make sure that everybody stays safe and happy, then the fun never has to end now, does it? I thought through all the options of what I could do to keep spirits around here high. Becoming the top of Furin was what I chose. Nothing to it. It wasn't that I wanted top spot. There were things I wanted to do when I got up there. If I could have come up with another way, I would have gone down that route. But I'm glad I didn't.
You know yourself so well that you could use that to climb to the top.
Oh no, I sure didn't climb. The people let me be here.
Huh?
You can't do it by yourself, you know. I was able to become the top because everyone carried me up. Folks related to my goals and helped push me out into the spotlight. When I made it, my wishes were no longer solely my own. They were all of ours. And it was up to me to make them come true. That's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes. No matter what I face, or how silly it seems, or how irrational it is. I won't lose because I can't lose.